Shabbat Shalom. This is Rabbi Aaron Boxt from Temple Kolemeth in Marietta, Georgia. This week's Torah portion is Parashat Kedoshim, Leviticus 19:1 through 20:27. This Torah portion begins, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." Kedoshim is the plural version of the word kadosh, which means holy. What comes following this statement are dozens of mitzvot, telling us how we are to live our lives, forbidding certain kinds of behaviors and certain actions, and showing how we are to sanctify God and how we are to relate to the holiness that is God. In just a moment, I'll get back to some of these commandments, especially some of the prohibitions. But first of all, before I do that, I wanted to spend a moment or two speaking about our wonderful Avodah ceremony this past Saturday evening, in which we recognized and honored Ira Weissman, Renee Popkin, and David Kimmel, three very important pillars in our community. We honored them not only because of the work that they have done in our congregation, but that they honor us in how they give back to our community. And so we are so thankful to have been able to spend some time thanking and recognizing them for their contributions. And what a wonderful it was at the Georgia Aquarium. What a wonderful experience it was to be at the Georgia Aquarium, surrounded by the beautiful animals, the fish. What a great venue. So getting back to Parashat Kedoshim, there are a couple of sets of commandments in Parashat Kedoshim that have always caused problems for me. Obviously, the mitzvah of charity, the principle of equality before the law, honesty in business, the honoring of one's parents, these are laws and commandments that I think are of utmost importance that we follow, for sure. However, the prohibitions against certain kind of sexual relationships between human beings, between men and other men, between women and other women, and also how we keep Shabbat and how we define what it means to keep Shabbat. These are situations, are sets of commandments that have been problematic for me. This Torah portion begins, "You are to be holy as I, your God, am holy." It stands to reason that the commandments that follow explain to us, or would imply to us, that if we follow these commandments and we do the things that we're commanded to do or commanded not to do according to this week's Torah portion, these mitzvot, that we will be holy as God is holy. But also, towards the end of this parasha, Leviticus 19:18, or towards the end of chapter 19, we find the words, "Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha," love your neighbor as yourself. This, to me, seems to be contradicting. If we are to forbid a person because of the behaviors or because of the types of relationships they have with other human beings, are we really loving them as we love ourselves? I do not believe in a modern setting it is up to me as another human being to determine whether a person, the way that they act, the way that the relationships they have with other people, it is not up to me to decide whether it's right or it's wrong. After all, if we are all created b'tselem Elohim, in God's image, then surely they were made the way they are, and I should love them for who they are without any preconditions. It's not okay for me to say to someone who is a homosexual, "I love you as long as you don't act upon your sexuality." That's a precondition. We are to love each other as if there are no preconditions. We are to love others as we would want them to love us, unconditionally. Parashat Kedoshim, often referred to as the Holiness Code, leaves a lot of questions unanswered and leaves a lot of room for discussion. But I believe the true meaning of Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha is that as we love ourselves, we love others, meaning unconditionally. As always, I invite you to visit our website, www.kolemeth.net, to find all of our amazing programs that are coming up. Monday night, we have the Paper Mill food truck in Paper Mill Village. TKE will have a table there. Please come out and join us, have some food, and hang out. We look forward to welcoming you into our synagogue at any given time. Remember that our services are 8 p.m. on Friday evenings. Shabbat Shalom.